Hey guys, good evening. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hello, Evelyn Newman. Hello. Sean and Kelly over there hanging out with Mama V. I just hopped out of their live. I got to it late because I didn't get home late till right before for from church. But Papa Smurf, Poppy Smurf, hello. Our Mountain Homestead, or I'm sorry, Our Mountain Home. I always want to say Homestead. I don't know why. Probably because MT Homestead was right underneath you guys. Hello, MT Homestead. What's going on? Gypsy Trail says YouTube is so janky. It can be. It has its moments. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Pettit Jean River Homestead. What's going on? Be right back after these messages. Neil S. Hey everyone. Hope I didn't miss much last week. I was stuck at a Christmas party. Oh my goodness. There's worse places to be stuck, I suppose. That's not so bad. Not so bad at all. Mike Birch. Hello. Good evening. David Taylor. Jerry Jones says hello to Auntie Ann. I don't even see her yet. I'm sure she's in here. Somebody wouldn't be saying hi to her. I'm sure she's in here. David Glunt. Hello. Ryan Kelly. Hello. Back to good. Hello, everyone. Cooking some bacon chicken club sandwiches for dinner. I like it. That sounds good. Greg Cozier. Hello, Sid. Feeling better? Yes, I am. I don't sound great, but I feel, and I just screamed at kids for an hour and a half, but I feel much better. So that's the important part. So Larry Parrish. Hello. I appreciate the flamingos. Dana Mason Haystead, hope you all are having a great day. Yes, it's been a busy and productive day. Tomorrow's going to have to be even busier and more productive. I got editing to do, and I got some cleaning to do, and we're having some friends over Friday night, so I got to make sure I get everything prepped and ready. So all that good stuff. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Paul Walker says, hello. Hello. William Jones, good evening from Little River, South Carolina. I love it. I love it. Ryan Kelly, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. There we go. Paul Walker, hello. Wanda Henry, hello. Got a good gang going on here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, guys, while you're coming on down the line here. Coming on in. That's right. I'm pretty sure Mike's going to join me soon. He was actually, he just got in when we were coming back from church. He was processing a neighbor's deer for him. We kind of have like a deal with our neighbor. He'll like cut some hay for us and bale it, and Michael processes deer for him. So, and like I'll make some of the sausage for him and stuff. And so it works out. It works out. It's a good trade. It's a good trade. Plus they're buddies. So, you know. Todd's Adventure. Hello, hello. I love it. Ooh, my dog's tummy's over there making some noises. That usually means that dog's about to have gas. And I can hear it. And they're on the other side of the couch. So I moved everything over here today so you guys can see the pretty tree. Because I normally, during Christmas time, I try to do the lives by the tree so you guys can see it. And I realized that I have not done any lives by the tree. So today we're doing a live by the tree since it's the last one before Christmas. So, which is crazy. I feel like this last month went by so quick. So quick. Janky V, hello. Hey girl, hey. What's going on? What's going on? I know tomorrow night, Tim is premiering on Ridge Life, his big, the big family get together. They went to the lodge at Blue Mountain, which sadly I could not go to because they were all going to be in Arkansas, and we're one of those. I mean, granted, Tim normally is just up in Tennessee, but now that he's got Timifer, he's in Arkansas quite a bit because no work life, and so they were having a dinner, Christmas dinner, and kind of planning some things for the meetup in May. So gotta love it. So that'll be premiering tomorrow. You'll feel like you were there. I'll get to watch it too and feel like I was there.
No work life.
No work life. That's right. He's not even in here. You can talk all the schmack you want about him right now, Mike. He's yelling from the other room. Marty decided to hop up here. But yeah. Whoo, I'm telling you. I know. I'm sorry if I don't sound good, guys. I do feel better. In fact, one of the guys at church was like, "Why are you the one doing all the talking?" And I was like, "Because this is the job I always do for this." But you know, but I was talking probably more than I should. But hey Tim Mason's in the house. What's going on? No work life. That's right. You guys come. Oh, on the cat. You gotta wait for him.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for him
What's
to move.
going on?
Here, let's scooch. Now that you're here, it was hard for me to gauge when you weren't there yet. So now I'll let you talk.
I actually went deer hunting. You said I just came in from
Oh, I thought you
processing a
were.
deer.
Oh, I missed that. I thought that's what you were doing.
How long does it take to process a deer?
Well, I
I
don't
was
know
processing the deer when
how
you
many
left to go to
phone
church.
calls you took, or how many times you walked in a circle and chanted at the moon. I don't know.
No, I got that deer in the cooler, and I still had.
I mean, it was already skinned and gutted. It just needed to be broken down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still had like, I don't know, 40 minutes of daylight, legal daylight. So.
Did you catch a deer?
Nope. Well, if I did, I wouldn't. I'd be out there cleaning another one right now. But I snuck out to the pasture and hey, a whole bunch of hellos. Evelyn.
They're shocked to see you so early.
Let's Trade Paint.
Hey,
Jerry Jones.
Farmhouse.
Mike Birch. Greg Cozier. He's cozier than most. Larry Parrish.
Hiking with Jackie Boy.
What's going on, Larry? Frankie used her tool belt this week. You'll see that video soon. Wanda Henry. Oh, that wasn't Hi Mike. That was Hi Neil. Never mind the Wanda. I wasn't talking to you. Neil, what's going on?
See how he is. Hey, Brooke. She snuck on in
Petite
here.
Jean River Homestead. Pettit. I knew that. I was like, I'm about to pronounce this wrong. Petite Pettit. All right.
It's the Mon Petit River.
Yeah. So anyway,
oui.
I snuck out to the pasture, tried to whack a deer. No deer.
Whack-a-doo.
What's going on, Thunderstick? But
he wore his Don't Shoot Me hat.
Actually, I didn't.
Oh.
I just put it on because my hair was bad.
Your hair is bad. I was supposed to cut it the other night.
I wore no hat because I had to. I was trying to actually kind of stock up on where I thought the deer would be because I don't have a blind over there. So I came up downwind of them. What's that?
On ours?
Yeah. I came in. The wind was coming in out of the south towards the north, and I have a food plot up there south of us. I say up there because it's kind of uphill, but it's south.
David Glunt, why is your finger bleeding? Don't bleed on your keyboard.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's good.
So there's a hill that kind of comes up like this, and then it flattens out, and then it goes down a little ways, and then my food plot's down there, and then there's another hill that goes up. So I tried to sneak up that hill, and I got to where I could just see over the top of the hill, and I got down on my hands and knees, and I crawled until I got to the top of the hill, and then I just laid down and proned out and stayed there till dark.
Pettit Junior Homestead says, "See how famous I am? A real celebrity."
That's right. Oh, MT Homestead, what's going on? I heard
Mike, I'm getting
a
bunch of pics on my trail cam, but nothing in daylight. I know they're being sneaky. They're just coming out at night, and I'm like, well, we can't hunt you at night legally.
I'm glad you do that. I've been seeing plenty of deer in daylight, just not when I'm hunting. So
it's like they know.
Yeah.
And today, in theory, should have been really good conditions for it because it was how it was this morning and everything. In theory.
Well,
I thought maybe
this morning actually probably was a good.
It was.
Hunt. This afternoon was too warm. I was wearing my PJs. I never even changed into anything warmer than my PJs, and I was proned out flat on the ground for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And didn't even get cold.
It was 26 or 27 degrees when I went out there this morning.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Which, it was great for the deer that Ross killed yesterday because after we got it skinned out last night, we just left it hanging. And when I went out there this morning, it was cold.
Thunderstick Homestead puts batteries in the spotlight.
That's right.
That's right, buddy.
I mean, I poked that thing with a meat thermometer in the thickest part of one of the back legs, and it was like 38 degrees.
Ooh, David Glunt tangled with the chainsaw. You're not supposed to do that with your fingers. That's how you lose fingers.
Don't tangle with chainsaw.
Yeah, that's not good.
Chainsaw always wins.
That sounds like it was potentially very bad.
Sid wanted to sit over on this other side of the couch today so that we could see the Christmas tree behind us,
Yeah, it's
the festivities.
pretty.
But I now have nothing to lean against.
Well, it was really good when Lundy was over here. She kind of laid back here and you could lean on Lundy, but then she moved.
Yeah, but she's not a reliable backstop.
That's accurate.
Yeah, she just do what she wants.
Yeah, that's true.
Chainsaw dancing is no fun. That's a
Right?
true story.
It is no joke.
Yeah.
It is no joke.
Sawzall too. Gotta be careful with that.
Really, any sharp cutting objects, or just you don't really want to be like.
Yeah,
my
well, the thing about a
precious, my precious.
Sawzall is you get really, I mean, you get really complacent with it. You can get really complacent with a Sawzall. I don't think you should be able to get complacent with a chainsaw, but with a Sawzall, sometimes you do. And then
I don't know. You're gonna have to dance with a chainsaw soon because we gotta fix that fence.
I know.
And there's a big old tree down.
Yeah, I haven't even gone to look at it.
You haven't even gone look at it? It's big.
No, there ain't no deer hunting over in that area. I've been walking all the parts of the property where I'm likely to kill a deer. Now I'm gonna go down and check out that tree tomorrow, and I'm gonna go down there without a deer rifle, and there's gonna be a deer down there.
Hey, Junk to Gems made it to the fake South. They're in Arkansas. Good job.
Oh, the fake South.
No, we were just talking about that in Mama V's live with Rebel at Heart and Sean and I was teasing because they were saying none of them had ever had jambalaya, and then they were saying they'd never had this or that and whatever, and I was like, man, y'all are in the fake South. I forgot.
I'll tell you what, one of the guys in the family that adopted us, Eric, makes homemade andouille.
Oh, so good. So good.
He's
from Louisiana.
Yeah, he's from Louisiana. I'm gonna make a like a gumbo, like a jambalaya style gumbo with andouille this season. I'm actually gonna make some deer chili this week, venison chili, using up a little bit of the last venison from last year, making room in the freezer, which I'm having trouble filling. I'm gonna have to kill a deer pretty soon,
or hide a body, one of the two.
Right? Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. If you guys notice I go missing, look in the freezer.
Oh man, I got dog.
Nah, you just dropped me off at the hog farm.
Yeah.
Just to make me disappear.
Steaks and taters.
Ooh, nice. Make me jealous, Sean.
We had some good steaks last week. We don't eat steaks very often, but we had some good steaks last week.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having some tenderloins here soon. As soon as I kill a deer, cook them tenderloins up, just medium rare, and slice them thin.
Yeah, I like making some more ground venison too, because I like to put that in like soups and stews and pasta sauce and like, make some.
I've got about 4 pounds of it in the fridge in the garage right now that needs ground, but I thawed out from last year's meat.
Oh.
Because I need a couple pounds of it for the venison chili that I'm getting ready to make.
I have to tell the official grinder that.
I'm probably gonna grind it tonight. I was thinking about it, but
well, y'all let you grind it.
I might.
I had a very busy day. I'm still recovering.
I might need some assistance just finding all the pieces.
On my grinder, I kept them all together.
I'm gonna use your grinder.
Yeah, it's all.
My grinder's too big.
It's all up there.
I wanna, like, when I get a whole deer that I want to grind here in the next week, hopefully, bust mine out.
Yeah, I don't know how to work that one, so that one you're on your own.
It's like a big version of yours.
Yeah, but it's all the pieces got scattered in your little area right there.
I don't want to think about that.
No, I don't either. So Wes says, you're making me hungry, Mike.
Right.
Gypsy Trails, howdy y'all. What's going on?
That's right, Philip. I still have not shot a deer this year. And I mean, in my defense, I've only hunted, man, I hunted yesterday. Hunted yesterday with Frankie, so I wasn't even the shooter.
And then today for like, what, 30 minutes?
And yesterday was the first time that we had hunted in like 8 or 9 days, and then I hunted today for. What happened today is I got out there too late.
Yeah.
It was a good spot, but I got out there too late, and I'm sure I blew it, So. Ooh, somebody said I'm looking slim. Oh, yikes, looking slim. Oh, I thought it said Mike's looking slim.
What's yikes?
I don't know who Yikes is.
Maybe he's talking to you. I don't know.
Not sure what happened to my deer I got this year. Went bad in the fridge. Really? Went bad in the fridge?
Left it in there too long?
Yeah. I mean, you really shouldn't keep it in the fridge for too long. Man, that's a bummer. That's a major bummer. I wonder if there was some
Steve, yes,
contamination
deer
or something
summer
on it.
sausage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, eventually meat will go bad if it's not preserved. So, J Dub, hello from Tupelo.
A total of 3 times, maybe, Mike. James Hall. Oh, what did I miss? What was
I don't
James
know.
talking about?
I
I
don't
missed something,
know.
James.
I
Sorry
missed
about that.
something too.
Sorry about
Grab a
that.
bow and get your butt to Illinois. I've shot 2 bucks and 3 does, but we get unlimited doe tags.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure there's great deer
Hi,
hunting in
Evan.
Illinois, but that's a long ways away when we've got so many deer here. It's not that we have a shortage of deer. It's just I'm not hunting like so here. Yesterday, I'll tell you what happened. I know exactly why we didn't get a deer yesterday.
Hi, Janice.
There's about a 200-acre field that Frankie and I were hunting in, and we were hunting right at the pivot of a big irrigation deal. Okay. And from there to the tree line is 184 yards. And that tree line is really thick, good geothermal cover, got all the right, cedars and everything in there. And there's pretty much every day there's deer coming out of there and munching in this field. So we should have been able to get a deer yesterday. And the wind was actually blowing right in our face. So it was perfect. Well, that block of cover is a 40-acre square. Then there's a road. And on the other side of that road, there's another 200-acre field that Ross was hunting in, and another block of cover just north of that. Well, Ross heard a shot and thought it was us, so he took a shot. He was sitting there staring at, 6 or 7 deer. He heard a shot south of him, thought it was us, so he took a shot. He was like, "Hey, I clean 1 deer, we'll clean 2." He wasn't sure he was going to shoot one, but then when he thought we just shot one, he did. Well, turns out the shot he heard was somebody hunting in that stinking cover between the 2 of us. And you're never supposed to hunt a bedding area. You're supposed to stay out of it. Like,
Well, and
never go in a bedding
they
area.
were not hunting on. They were hunting on his land.
Well, first of
Right.
all, they didn't belong there.
Yeah,
Second
they
of
didn't
all,
belong there.
you should never go in a bedding area. But when we came out, I saw a car pulled into a pull off right there in the edge of that bedding area. So, I mean, we were never going to see anything yesterday because there was some jerk off like walking around in the bedding area that we were expecting deer to come out on. The only thing that we could have got lucky is maybe he would jump something to us. But if he'd been in there for a while, they were already gone before we got out there.
Yeah.
So
That's
anyway.
bummer. Either way. Neil S says usually ice it in the cooler for 2 weeks, but needed the cooler. Oh, so then you moved it to the fridge, and it got cranky.
Yeah. So just me. I only ice it for 5 days in a cooler, and then I butcher it and freeze it. So if you leave it in a cooler on ice for 2 weeks, you're probably all right. But when you move it to a fridge without that, ice contact, your
It's
average
changing
fridge is like 39, 40 degrees.
It's not as cold.
That's probably where everything went south on you. Yeah. I don't know that there's any benefit to leaving it on the ice for an extra week. I definitely see a benefit in leaving everything as whole muscles in a cooler on ice for like 5 days and letting those whole muscles kind of relax before I butcher it. But I don't know that 2 weeks is necessary.
Yeah, because like even when we process birds in the heat of the summer, we'll put them in cooler with ice to get them down to 40, but then we might leave them for a day or two and keep adding ice to keep the cooler. But once you get them down to temp and let them like relax, then we bag them and freeze them.
Yeah.
I know some people will then move them to the fridge for a couple of days. I don't like doing that. I feel like once you put them in the cooler for like 2 days, and then they've gone through their rigor, and then you can just bag them and put them in the freezer because I don't know. I feel like with poultry, you're asking for more trouble if you're just leaving it in the fridge for too long. I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that do it. I don't do it.
You can age red meat in a fridge for a long time, for 75 days,
James Hall says my cranberries say 5 days too. Yeah.
but the conditions have to be perfect. If you're going to age red meat in a fridge, you have to have the right humidity. Everything has to be right, and it's a little bit of a science. But even then, the outside of the meat goes bad, and you have to cut it off. So, and deer, the muscles just aren't big enough to have anything left over to cut off. I mean, you would want like a big prime rib with that fat cap on. Most of the time, the butchers remove that fat cap, so that's not ideal. But you want something protecting the meat, and otherwise, it's going to go bad. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you have to move it again, he says he's done that for years with the 2 weeks in the cooler. But I guess if you were to have to move it again, I would say go ahead and finish processing it out and freeze and do what you're going to do because I think when the temperature is different between your fridge and that ice cold,
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah, you're keeping, when you're keeping that thing in a cooler on ice, you're keeping it
almost par frozen,
almost,
kind of,
yeah, par frozen.
yeah, which is
So,
different.
yeah,
So that changes the science of all of it.
right,
Anyway,
right.
I don't know.
She doesn't feel too bad.
I feel a
being
lot
content.
better.
She feels.
I feel better. I sound worse today because everything's been kind of breaking up. But at least the pressure in my ears is not as bad. Because it was every time I did anything, I could just hear like swallowed. All I would hear was the crackling in my ears because I could tell there was a lot of fluid.
Glenda Edwards, woo!
That was very loud.
Well, she said, woo-hoo, I made it. So
I think you just scared everybody.
Yeah.
People dropping their phones right now because you just screamed at them.
How many people are watching this on your phone? Raise your hand in the chat. Not like where you are, because I won't see that. I'm just curious. How many people in here? How many people we got in here? 123 people and 67 likes.
Yeah, y'all are behind.
That's a lot of people that's not liking this. Is Frankie over her bug?
She is. Yeah. She is. She actually was doing better several days ago, right about the time I started to get sick, and then she was better. Yeah, she still has a little bit of like a cough, but it's not bad, and she feels fine. She's been back to normal.
Oh, we got an iPad here, David on.
Well, there you go. I don't know. I always watch YouTube on my phone. I know some people watch on their TV or on their computer, but
I almost never watch YouTube on my phone.
Almost never. YouTube on my phone.
The only time I watch YouTube on my phone is like let's say I'm out and I'm working on a piece of equipment.
See, I don't
and
like
I need to watch
know
a
that y'all
video.
are watching me on the big screen. Like I should be on a tiny screen in your hand that looks blurry. That's how I should be seen. I don't want to be seen in high definition, 4K surround sound on your, 72-inch plasma. No, thank you.
I pretty much always watch YouTube on my computer, which my work computer is. It's like a 30-inch screen. I mean, it's a big monitor, but yeah, pretty much always on my PC. How cold's it getting down here? It's getting. I mean, it was in the 20s last night, so it's getting chilly.
Your tooth is killing you. I'm sorry, Thunderstick. Hopefully you can get that fixed. Tooth pain is no joke. No way, no.
Yeah, Frankie and I were freezing skinning that deer last night. We took a break, came inside. I mean, it should only take a few minutes to skin a deer, but when you're cold, it's like,
your hands are shaking.
Warm up.
Like
plus, we had been out there for a while.
That day that we had the snow flurries and we were trying to wrap the birds and we were like,
and the wind was blowing,
and we were trying to tie things, and oh man, I had never been so cold in my life. It was like 6 degrees out. It was stupid. Yeah. Stupid cold.
Yeah. Yeah, that wind makes it so much worse. At least we didn't have that going on last night.
Yeah.
If we'd have had wind last night,
when that cold wind, as it was, when we get that chilly wind whipping through here, and it gets windy sometimes, like no joke. Like I heard it. When was it? Was it last night? Like later last night or the night before? I heard it go, and I was like, "Are we fixing to have a storm?" But it was just gusts of like wind. It was
Yeah.
crazy. There's no
Yeah,
more
when
now.
your fingers get cold, things get dangerous around a knife. That's for sure. I got a little nick across 2 fingers right there while I was skinning it
Yeah,
last night.
Glenn and Shannon Salty Life said when your fingers get cold and stiff, they get to be real dangerous around a knife. That's true.
Most of the skinning doesn't really require a knife. I mean, you gotta cut around the legs and cut down to the middle, but once you get the skin started, I just get my finger in between the skin and the meat and just start shoving it in there and working it around and then get it loose and just pull it
One
down.
time when I think we were still only dating, we had gone up to Mount Whitney to go fishing, and we were cleaning the fish we'd caught, and you were cleaning one,
Yeah,
your hand,
yeah.
and you ended up because we had to take care of that. You ended up with
That
a
knife
knife,
there
and
was
he
a
was
good
so
knife.
mad about that knife.
Yeah,
Somebody lucked out and got a really nice knife that day.
I mean, we were at like 10,000 feet
It was
probably
cold.
on Mount
There's
Whitney.
snow on
Yeah.
it was cold.
And I was cleaning trout
In
in a little stream.
Yeah, in snow runoff.
In snow runoff.
Yeah, it was
And
cold.
my fingers were so cold I couldn't even feel them. And then when I cut myself, like I focused on that and then realized hours down the
Halfway
road,
down
man, I just left a really
$200
expensive
knife. Yeah, which
laying there.
20 years ago, a $200 knife was no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it still wouldn't be a joke now, but
Right.
that was a lot back then. Back when we were kids.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to lose a $50 knife right now, just because.
Because why? You never want to lose anything.
I don't.
You want to lose a knife.
I don't want to lose money.
You're already losing your marbles. You don't want to lose your knife.
Yeah, and there's some pretty decent knives out there in the $50 range. Decent knives. Yeah.
Hi,
What's that
Belinda.
sound in the background? Sounds like a bird. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't hear anything.
Is it that? That's my earrings.
Oh, your earrings?
Are my earrings too noisy?
Those earrings are like trout lures.
They have these little like bells on the back. So
yeah, I can make a lure out of those.
Take them off
I promise you. I could.
I didn't realize they
let me see one of those.
They match my pants.
I feel like I could make a lure out of that.
No.
And I could make a spinnerbait out of that, and I could catch a fish.
Well, but you're not gonna. Those are my earrings. Those are my winter earrings.
If not a trout, definitely a bass. I think I could.
I caught a stud.
I feel like I should. I feel like that challenge is on. Catch a bass with one of Sid's earrings this year.
Our fish are struggling in that pond.
Oh man.
I see them like.
If we don't get some runoff in that pond soon,
like gasping for air practically in there.
I'm half tempted to run a hose down there.
One of my goldfish froze in the top layer. It didn't go down for whatever reason. So when I cracked the ice this morning, it was just.
It must have been dead. It must have floated up.
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. It was like frozen in the. I don't know.
Yeah, old timer knives are good. Case knives are good. Yeah. $30 buck knife. It might have been $30 when you bought it, but most buck knives are going to be $50-$60 now. And like a couple of my I've got a buck skinner that's about $80. Yeah, buck knives are getting up to $100 now, man.
The earrings are not the noise. It could be Lundy's snoring and whistling quite loudly over there, so it could be that you're hearing the dog like deep REM sleep right now. That could be what you're hearing. Either that or me and my crackling over here. That maybe sounds like a bird. I don't know.
Most knives nowadays are made of that new steel, chenesium. Yeah, that's true. You got to be careful. And Pakistan. The Pakistan knives are not very good. I've had some good knives, good looking knives come by me that I was like, oh, that's a nice knife. Let me see that. And you can just tell the steel's not good, and they're always dull. And you can sharpen them, and then in 5 minutes they're dull. I need a knife to hold an edge. I need it to be hard to sharpen and hard to dull. Yeah. Yeah, nice spinners. Yeah, buck 110. Buck 110 is a pretty good knife. Yep. You still hear it?
I don't know what they're hearing.
How many people are hearing this? Is it just one person? Because if so,
Because I don't, all I hear is the dogs.
does anybody else hear birds in the background? I'm just curious. Who's saying they hear it? Heather.
The call is coming from inside the house.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not here.
Ring, ring, Heather. What's your favorite scary movie? Oh man. Oh, somebody else hears it. Okay, everybody quiet.
I mean, unless picking up the humming of the computer. But that's like.
There is nothing in it. They're punking us.
They
Y'all are all on a call.
Hear it. I hear noise too. Sounds like a squeak or a vibration.
Wow. It's got to be something with the internet. There's not a sound in here.
Single thing.
It's quiet out here.
It's quiet, and except for my dog sort of snoring occasionally.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's
Everybody hears it. Definitely chirping. It's the mouse in my pocket. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what's. I'm gonna have to go back and watch part of the live to see if I can hear the chirping.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So I don't know. I fell in Loon Lake, California, cleaning a fish. I had to climb out and strip and sit in the truck for 3 hours. I was 8,000 feet in the fall. Oh yeah, that's
hypothermia
cold.
is no joke.
That's
you get your whole body in that cold water. It takes minutes to be in bad danger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it sounds like something that's not set on the table flat. Okay, so they may be picking up a noise that we don't hear. Take my foot off the table. Maybe I was shaking my foot.
Maybe that's what it is.
Let's see if it goes away.
Michael's bouncing the table.
It could have been. It's possible. Don't.
Somebody said something about bumping the table because somebody said that, but I was like, I didn't think that that's what could. They're like, no, we're not punking you. No, we're not all collectively trying to punk you guys. Well, thanks, Salty Dog. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe. That was it. Everybody said bingo.
So is it done? Is it not? It's still there. Nope, it's still there.
Then I don't know. Just is it like really loud? I'm so curious now.
Yeah. That's not my phone. That's your phone.
You gonna try to log into it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go log in right now. I'm gonna see what's up.
Oh, all right. Well, okay.
Yeah. Say hello to the people. I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay. See, any excuse he has to like leave the room, I swear. He's like, I'll go check it out. Now that's the heater turning on. That it's faint. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what. No, that clock is not. No, it's not working. It's if you notice, the hands have not moved at all. It actually needs some repair work done to it. It didn't fare quite so well in the move, unfortunately, but it's a family antique, so it's not that ticking that you hear, that rattling. That is the vent over here. It's the loudest vent in the whole house, and it's in the living room. And I think we just have to get up there and tighten it, but we always forget about it until we're sitting down to watch TV, and we're like, oh, we'll do it later, and then we always forget. So a year and a half later, it still rattles. But so I don't know. Like a fast ticking clock. This must be the bomb inside my laptop. I don't know. Can you say that on the internet? It's not like I'm on an airplane. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. That's so bizarre. Sounds kind of like a chain on a ceiling fan. Well, you don't hear it now because that thing's probably drowning it out. That thing's pretty loud when it kicks on. So, I don't know. Loonzatis, how are things going for you, my fellow Mississippian? How is the weather up where you are? I'm in Starkville area. Not too far away from us. The weather's been nice. We had one day real bad storm, tornado watch. But it's been, we did have a cold night into morning today. It was like in the 20s, but it's been sunny and beautiful clear skies a lot of the times, and just been kind of nice. Sounds like a squirrel in a Christmas tree, don't it though? I haven't watched that in so many years, that movie. I need to watch it again. Somebody was talking about it the other day, and I was like, man, I used to watch that movie. Like, that was the movie I used to watch, like, constantly. I never watched A Christmas Story. I always thought it was kind of depressing. But I would watch A Christmas Vacation, like, over and over and over and over again. And then when I got older, I would watch It's a Wonderful Life. And the last couple years, we haven't watched it like we used to. But, as your kid gets older, it's like they kind of come and go and don't want to do some of the regular traditions that you had when they're little. So, hey girl. Hi girl, what's going on, Jam? I don't hear it anymore. I don't know. Maybe we do have mice. I have a mouse in my pocket. It's always a mouse in my pocket. It's real faint now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm over trying to figure out the noise, that's for sure. Maybe it was just me wheezing. Maybe that's all you were hearing. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's a mystery. I don't know. The old Rankin and Bass Christmas specials. I've never heard of those. You don't hear it since Mike left. Maybe Mike was the noise. No, the dog stayed. The dog only gets up if I get up. It rarely will get up and follow him. But if I get up and leave the room, 100% of the time she will follow me. Unless she's see, now he's shaking the table because he's walking around.
They must have been hearing the hamster on my wheel.
And the clickety clack.
Let's see if it comes back now.
Yeah. He'll be like, it's you. You're the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the heater's on right now. The heater just kicked on. Like during that whole conversation, the heater kicked on.
There is a noise now.
Yeah. So that's the vent sound that you guys are hearing right now. But when it shuts off again.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back and watch this because I have no idea.
Yeah.
None.
I don't know.
But it's a good topic.
It's fascinating.
Get something to try to figure out.
Yeah, it's mystery.
Oh.
I want to watch like a Christmas movie tonight or something.
Yeah, there's probably some new ones that we haven't watched.
There's totally is. And I got something on my hands. I feel like I have to cut it off. It's like a piece of something. I don't know. Did you show the decorated Christmas tree earlier? It looks awesome. You know what? I didn't really. I mean, not earlier in the live, maybe. Like when I was first here, it was more on me only. But then when Mike came in, I moved it more. But it's been up for months because I put it up at the end of October.
Yeah.
I put it up on Halloween.
If it was up to her, she'd leave it up year round.
I would.
Sheesh.
It makes me happy and I like it. But he said no. So I take it down. But I'm the only one that takes it down and puts it up. So it's like I'm going to have it up for the most amount of time because it's a pain in the butt to take it down and put it up. So I like to have it up. See,
here's the thing. The reason she's the only one that puts it up is because Frankie and I are both think she's absolutely out of her mind. And there's no way we're going to participate in decorating for Christmas in October. No, it was no, by the time I decorated, it was already November. It was like November 1st. No, it was. So we sit around and make fun of her while but look, here's the thing. When I was a kid, everybody put their Christmas tree up the day after Thanksgiving. That was the thing. Day after Thanksgiving, Christmas tree goes up. It's a big family thing. This one will put the Christmas tree up on 4th of July. She'd be like, "Woo, pull down the red, white, and blue, put up the, red and green." She would. I like it. It makes me happy. I like the Christmas tree. I know lots of people that keep their tree up all year and they just decorate it according to the season or the holiday. Yeah, and I think that's fun. We're not going to do that. I would love to do that. I would totally do that. 100%. Yeah, but you're not. I know, but I would. I'm saying I would. I'm the type of person that would do that. 100% of the time I would do that. Maybe you think we can get Frankie to watch a Christmas movie with us tonight? Maybe. Perhaps. I have to wrap a bunch of Christmas presents. So. You better get to work. But you know what? Frankie could help me wrap presents while we watch a Christmas movie for people that are not you or Frankie. That's accurate. Like Ryan and yeah. There's some stuff. You think you have. I am very obsessive. Yes. Mike, are you saying Sid is a bit obsessive? Yes. Not even a bit. I am very about certain things. Most things. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, she put the tree up before Thanksgiving. I did. I didn't decorate it. I didn't decorate it until partway through like November. I bet it was November. I bet it was not November 10th. We can go back and look.
I don't know if we can go back and look. I decorated it later this year than I wanted to. I know that. So
Frankie.
I have been forced to watch Christmas Hallmark for 6 months.
She's gonna pretend like she didn't hear me.
No, she is. That's okay. That's right. You swap up Christmas decorations for Mardi Gras decorations. I know.
Who has seen a really good Christmas movie in the last couple days? Like one of the new ones.
There's a new one that just came out on. There's a new one on Prime with Eddie Murphy in it. That's more of like a family one. And there's another one on Netflix that just came out that I don't know any details about. And then there's a bunch that came out on the Hallmark Channel. So we have options.
I prefer the Netflix ones. The Hallmark ones are a little.
Sometimes you like those.
Sometimes I do, but they're super predictable. It's pretty much there's like 4 storylines. It's one of those 4 storylines. You can always tell.
But then they're fun to watch because you can make fun of them as you're watching them.
You always know who's the love interest, like right away, and you know, like they'll say something obvious, like, you know, when I was a kid, my dad used to take me ice skating, and I haven't ice skated since my dad passed away. Well, you know, he's going to take her ice skating. Like,
my dad ran the Christmas tree farm until the big businessman came and bought Christmas tree farm and blew it up.
That's right.
Like something, you know.
Yeah, so it's like they set up the storyline so predictable. If the acting's good, that's fine. I mean, it's supposed to be a Christmas movie, so, but whatever. I like the ones that are a little less PG rated on Netflix. Just because, like, when something goes wrong.
We watched Violent Night. We did watch that one like a while ago. We watched that around Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my first, like, I could kind of trick them into watching a sort of Christmas movie. And it worked. Oh, I've seen that one. They have a sequel coming out to that one, the Deck the Halls one with Gretchen Wilson in it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, not Gretchen Wilson. Her name is, I'm blanking on it right now. Oh, shoot, that's going to bug me. Lacey Chabert, whatever her name is.
Thunderstick went to eat dinner with Mom, but is back. Welcome back. Frank Chop.
My family members have a smaller Christmas tree all year round and decorate them according to the holiday. I love that. See, I think that's fun, Linda.
Hey, if we watch a Christmas movie, you gonna watch it with us? You gonna watch a Christmas movie with us?
Tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, sure.
We're talking to the people about Christmas movies right now.
Oh, what Christmas movie are we watching?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out.
We were trying to figure it out. But
trying to figure out if it's gonna be a Hallmark.
How y'all doing?
Say hi to Frankie.
Skylar's now chomping on her phone down here.
Yeah,
very loudly. Drew's in the house. What's going on, Drew?
What up, Drew? Drew's Lands.
Drew's Lands
and Lindsay. Into the Mist.
Yep. I love it.
The Waltons. Homecoming.
Oh, man. Way back in the day.
Thunderstick said hello, Frankie.
Hello.
As did Neil S. Drew's driving. Are you guys together right now, Drew?
Awesome Run Homestead says, Drew, love, Lindsay, love.
Yep. Yeah, they cool. They cool cats. Drew got a video. It's probably been a week and a half now, actually. But I'm calling it a dozer video.
Oh, you're headed to Texas. Woohoo.
How many of y'all watched the video where and there goes Frankie?
And she proceeds back into the dark hallway.
She eased in and then she backed out.
Yeah. I don't think she didn't realize we were still on. I don't know.
She needs a good crossbow for Christmas. I don't think so.
She likes her pew pew.
I got guns.
I got guns.
Girls with guns.
Yeah. I did. I don't know if I told you guys. I got her a 12 gauge. So she has a 410, but if she can handle a 30 caliber deer rifle, she can handle a 12 gauge. So
Kevin Family Hill, Mike, why is Timmy always on you about the 6.5? You don't need a cannon to humanely harvest a whitetail.
You know, he's just having fun. You know, if he were having to tell the truth, he'd say that he has no idea what a 6.5 Creedmoor is. That's what he would have to say if he had to tell the truth. Look, he's an old school guy, and he grew up with a 308. A 6.5 Creedmoor is a newer round, so He's going to talk smack about anything.
My little mini me that was on my shoulder a minute ago. That's right, Jacoby.
But he's just having fun. The reality is, there's nothing wrong with a 6.5 Creedmoor, and in some ways, it's superior to a 308, and in some ways, a 308 is superior to a 6.5. It just depends on your distance, your ballistics, But here's the thing: at 200 yards, a 308 has more knockdown power than a 6.5 Creedmoor by a little bit. But it doesn't matter because it's so far up the scale. It's like if you got hit by a train, but then somebody else got hit by a train 10 pounds heavier than the train you got hit by. Would it matter? Right? So, yeah, it's
whatever.
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
Archery season longer. Yeah, actually, we have a extra couple of weeks here in Mississippi.
Ooh,
if you're a landowner.
Saw a albino deer behind their house. There's a name for the white deer. They're like, and then there's one where they're like speckled, and I forget what they call it, but it's like 1 in 10 million deer or something like that. And I can't remember what it's called.
I don't think I would harvest an albino deer.
No, it's like bad luck, and it's supposed to be like, it's like a spirit thing. You don't kill that one or whatever.
Yeah. I would even if you hadn't just told me that. I think if I saw something that rare.
Piebald, that's it. Piebald, that's what it's called.
Yeah, if I saw something that rare.
Thank you, Richard.
I
That
would
was gonna
not
bug
wanna
me.
harvest
It was on the tip of my tongue, and I was like, it's something, and I couldn't think of it. That's really cool that you saw one. It's supposed to be like good luck or something.
Yeah, I've never seen one. I've probably seen one like on a movie.
I saw one on TikTok. Somebody caught one, and they were like, "Oh, I've never seen one. I've heard of them, but it's like 1 in 10 million. It's like a crazy, and they're beautiful. They're not like true albino. It's like they're like speckled, but they're more white. It's really cool looking. Lost a tenderloin using an oversized rifle. I mean, yeah, if you're close enough, I would imagine that could definitely happen.
Well, it's not a matter of distance. It's just where you hit it.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, that tenderloin it's tucked in there against the spine underneath, So, look, if I'm not going to give you a hard time, but if you lost a tenderloin, you got shot that deer. So
he's calling you out.
Sight your rifle in, bro.
Oh, David, he's calling you out.
Yeah.
Dang, no one's safe.
But a lot of people lose some backstrap from that high shoulder shot. That high shoulder shot, everybody's talking about it. It's like all the new rage. I'm not going there. I think the only way I'm gonna
that's so cool, Gail.
Go for the high shoulder shot is if I don't have a way to properly range find it, and I'm not 100% of sure of the distance, and it's out there at 250 yards
Glenn and Shannon.
ish. I might hold toward that high shoulder, just because if I estimated the distance right, I'm still in that range that we know knocks deer down and catches both lungs up there at the top of the lung. But I got plenty of room for if I was off on my estimation for some drop. But yeah, I don't like the high shoulder shot, and I don't like shooting backstrap. So it's back. I don't know who's back.
It's the sound.
Oh,
I can hear it again.
That's because the heater turned off. So whatever it is you're hearing, I wasn't hearing it. So
I don't know.
Yeah, tenderloin is inside. That's exactly right. The tenderloin, if the deer were hanging upside down, kind of starting at the very top of the inside where the back legs start to go up, tenderloins right there on both sides of the spine. And it only comes down to about the liver-ish. So tenderloins they're only about that big and about that big around. So if you manage to hit a tenderloin, you definitely gut shot the deer.
David says Jen did it when she was hunting with Tim, not the loin, but the back strap.
Yeah, the back strap is a loin. It's the same muscle as a pork loin. If you go buy a pork loin, it's that muscle that's on the outside of the cavity, right? So the tenderloins are inside. If I'm looking at the deer straight on, this is the gut cavity, right? And then here's the spine. And on the outside of the spine, there's these two round muscles that go right
Either way,
down
a
the
very
spine,
bad shot. Yeah.
all the way from the
That's
neck to the hips. That is the back strap, and it is a loin, but it's not the tenderloin, which is inside of the gut cavity, tucked up against the rib cage from the inside. Yeah, you like that? Tucked up. Yeah, I know. I've seen people refer to the backstrap as the tenderloin, and they were throwing the tenderloin away, not realizing that it was actually inside. And I'm like, what?
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's like the ones that throw the butt nugget away and the little.
Oh yeah, on a
Yeah.
chicken or a turkey.
Yeah, he's losing. I don't
Yeah.
particularly like that piece of meat, but he does. I always give it to him.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just saw something and then it went away. Oh, Janice, are you going to raise cows for meat someday? Yes and no. We have a friend of ours that has cows and he's expanding his herd, and eventually we'll put some of his cows on silver and our payment will be portion of what gets butchered out. So
Do I know pig meat very well, Neil? Yeah, I've butchered a lot of pigs, a lot of hogs. What's the best cut for sliced pork, like for sandwich meat? I would say a loin. If you're gonna slice pork into sandwich meat, you probably don't want a lot of fat. So that loin on both sides of the spine.
unless you're thinking of like sliced ham, I don't like ham, so I don't gravitate towards that.
I was thinking like
But-
lunch meat, but yeah.
But ham is lunch meat.
Yeah, there's several muscle groups in the ham. Like I would not say go try to do like a country cured ham out of the gate, because that's a science and it takes a year. But there's several muscle groups that surround that femur in the
His
back
Italian
leg.
speak is rubbing off on Mike.
And you can take one of those smaller muscles out of the back leg and brine it and do a wet cure and then smoke it and make a ham and slice that, and that's really good
Richard
too.
Keaton said, "Very well explained, sir."
Oh, thank you.
Linda said, "Shh."
Where does the bacon come from?
Your mama.
So,
No.
so the bacon is the belly of the
Belly.
pork,
Yeah.
essentially.
When you hear
but
people
not-
talk about pork belly, it's bacon that has not been cured. It's the same thing. They just has not gone through the same process.
Not exactly.
Well, mostly. So just people to get an understanding.
So this one's a little harder to describe, but I'll try. So imagine this is the pig's ribs. My fingers are the pig's ribs. Okay. I'm going to slice that thing right down the middle and open it up. Okay. Then it's more like about like that. Okay. Then I'm going to come back. So I got all this area right here that's wide open with no ribs, because the ribs go like this. That section of belly right there is the pork belly. Okay. Now turn it sideways. Look at the ribs. Okay. I'm going to come back to about like here. It's more like at an angle like this. So I'm going to get this straight cut right here. That's going to give me a triangle slice of meat with some little pieces of rib in it. Triangle. That's going to be your St. Louis style. Okay. Then the rest of the ribs, I'm going to come all the way back to about here, unless you want your French style tips. That's another butchery lesson. And I'm going to cut down. All right. Now I got a section of rib. That's my baby back ribs. Okay. Then the loin is here like that. Okay. So now that section of belly that I got over here, it's going to be on a 250-pound hog. Your belly is going to be, each side of your belly is going to be about 10 inches wide by ever how long, right? And there's actually 7 layers. There should be 7 layers in there. So when you turn that belly
Sideways.
up like
You
this,
see
and you're
fat,
looking
muscle, fat,
into
muscle,
it.
fat, muscle.
it should be about that thick. Yeah, and it should be fat, muscle, fat, muscle, fat, muscle. And that section right there is what you're going to cure
And make bacon.
and make bacon out of.
Neil S is saying not the loin must be like a shoulder. I don't know if you're talking about the lunch meat thing.
Well, I wouldn't use a shoulder for lunch
Yeah,
meat.
that's very marbled, like chunks of fat in it. It's much better for like doing shredded pork or doing it as a whole roast and not letting it get to that high a temperature so that it will slice but not shred.
Yeah.
Because once you get to like 200 degrees, that's when you should shred it.
Now there's several muscle groups in the back leg that you could use for sliced lunch meat, but I would not use either of the cuts on the front shoulder as lunch meat. You've got the front shoulder, really, I mean, above the hock, it kind of wraps all the way up and around to the spine. And you've got the continuation of that tenderloin in the top half of the shoulder. A lot of people call that the money muscle. That section, that top half of the shoulder, from the middle of the shoulder blade up around to the spine, is the Boston butt. And then from the middle of that shoulder blade down to where you remove the hock, that's the picnic ham. Not a ham, it's a shoulder. I don't know why they call it that. I just call it a picnic. But that picnic is the kind of lesser quality cut of the shoulder, but it's still like 18 to 20% marbled with fat. So it's a really good piece if you're going to mix some pork in with some venison to make some ground.
Some of this varies too, depending on the breed of hog that you're talking about. Like there are some breeds of hog that are a lot more fatty and some that are a lot more lean. That all the cuts are still going to be the same, and there's still going to be cuts that are like your shoulder on a Shire pig may not be as fatty as one on an AG.
Right.
Right. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
And the same thing with the fat cap around the back fat, which is what is around. I mean, you can have a pork chop like this, right? More round, obviously, kind of oblong, that could have that much fat around.
Pork chop, for those of you who don't know, is actually the cut out of the ribs.
Well, it's the loin.
So, but when people think of a pork chop, to picture where it's at, the ribs are attached. When you have a bone-in pork chop.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to explain right now.
The ribs are under the loin. The ribs are here. The loins are up here, and it goes down like this. So you can cut tomahawks, bone in. Yeah. You got it, but it's a lot of work. You got to chine that spine on the inside. Richard's disagreeing. Go ahead, Richard. Chime in and tell me what you're doing. He says, "Killing me, Holmes." So
he said top round would be good for lunch meat.
Yeah, but the top round is out of the back leg, and it's actually the bottom. I don't know why they call it the top round, but it's actually under the bottom. Anyway, that'd be good for lunch meat. I like to
didn't mean to start a rabbit hole. He said
the bottom round is a flatter piece, and I like to use that to make jerky.
What's up, Carrie?
The top round is the rounder piece that comes off of it. But while you're in there, the sirloin is got a real nice shape to it. That'd be good lunch meat too. Yeah. Like I said, there's a bunch of muscle groups in the back leg that would be good for lunch meat.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
It's coming to be that time, the time where we must go away. But guys, let's see, you got SLR coming up next, so you got to go show them some love, and then you got MT Homestead after them, gotta go show them some love, and then you got Brian at Vineyard Farmhouse. What are you laughing at?
Richard just said, because I thought he was disagreeing with something, and I was ready for him to chime in, because that's fine. I mean, I'm not a butcher. I've learned over my life, but every now and then somebody's like, yo, dude, why don't you try this? It might work out better. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys,
one of these days we'll do a live while we're doing some butchery. While I'm doing some butchery.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
It's too much for me to concentrate on at one time. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all ready to have a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. And
I do need a whiteboard. Yeah, you're exactly right. I'll be over here drawing. I'll be drawing some popsicle tomahawks.
Yeah, he'd be doing all that.
Yeah.
I know. All right, guys. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you guys all for coming to hang out with us. We appreciate you. And
Love you guys. And safety's off.
Unless you're using your SIG, then your safety's on.
No, it doesn't have a safety.
No.
Well, it does, but it's not like a trigger safety.
Hot mic.